Today is Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. And this is going to be a little bit different of a Friday fire / Thursday thunder type message. I want to talk to you guys about something. You know, we all had I didn't have Thanksgiving yesterday. We have ours on Sunday, but most of you had Thanksgiving yesterday. Most of you ate like wild, savage animals and, probably drank a little bit too. And today you might be a little hungover and you might be feeling pretty fat. And we all know what that feels like. We all know like what it's like to feel uncomfortable and to be frustrated with, the way we feel and the way that we look. And I want to talk to you guys about that for a minute. It's something a little bit different that I don't address very often, but I do want to address it because a big part of my life has to do with nutrition, sports supplementation, obviously with First Form. I've gone through a huge physical transformation over the last 18 months or so, and I'm continuing along that path. And I want to talk to you guys about how important it is for you. And I'm not going to preach to you about why you need to be fit, but what I am going to preach to you about, because I got to preach some, is that there's many people in this world that will find themselves in a situation that they feel comfortable. Okay. Maybe they're making enough money. Maybe they're, in good enough shape. Maybe they are, have decent personal relationships. They're not terrible, but they're also not great. And people get in this mentality and in this routine of staying where they are, being comfortable, doing what they normally do, because everything else to change it would require some sort of temporary, uncomfortable situation for them. Okay. And you guys, and the irony of this whole entire thing is that when you stay in the comfort zone and you avoid doing the temporary, and the key word is temporary, uncomfortable things, you end up in a situation that is ultimately more uncomfortable. And think about that for a second. Every time you avoid the gym because it's hard and you don't want to sweat and you don't want to do the work and you're watching The Walking Dead on TV, and every half hour you let pass before you go to the gym, and then eventually you don't go, every time you do that, you're taking a step towards a more uncomfortable life. Every time in your career, in your job, in your business, that you decide to take off early or put off till tomorrow or, wait until next time, or we'll do better next time, or skip the little details. Every time you do that to present yourself with a more comfortable situation now, you are putting yourself in a situation that is ultimately going to make you more uncomfortable later. And how this ties into what I said about being in shape is this. We all can go through the next 2 months, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and go to every holiday party, eat like a wild, savage, fat pig, drink like a sailor, and we can all gain 15, 20 pounds over the next 8 weeks. And the reason I say 8 weeks is because none of you guys start on January 1st like you say you're going to start. You all wait a couple weeks. You get halfway through January. You start some half-ass diet. You do it for like a week, and then you quit. And when you quit, you start to tell yourself this. Well, I got a lot going on. Well, it's bad timing. Well, I've been really busy. Well, let me tell you something. There is literally millions of fucking people out there that are getting it done They are accomplishing the things that you want to accomplish and are busier, more stressed, have a harder life, have more shit going on than you. And this goes for any of your goals. But I'm going to use fitness as an example. We all know what it's like to live like this. Oh, starting on Monday, I'm going to get in shape. And then on Monday, by noon, you've ate a fucking ding dong and 2 fucking Twinkies and ordered a pizza. And you're like, oh, well, I already blew this week. So I'm going to start again on Monday. And then for that next 5, 6, 7 days, you literally gorge yourself because you know that next Monday's coming and you're going to start something then. And for that 5 or 6 days, when you're making yourself all fat and comfortable, you're ultimately putting yourself in a more uncomfortable position because eventually you're going to have to deal with the problem or you're going to have to live with the problem. You're either going to be the person who has to climb the huge mountain that you've accumulated because every Monday or Tuesday you go and gorge yourself because you tell yourself you're going to start again Monday. And of course, you got to get in all the good food during this time. You got to get it in because you're going to start on Monday. And then you repeat that cycle over and over and over again until you're 50, 60, 70, or even 100 pounds overweight like I was. Or you could be the guy who does the uncomfortable work now so that you can be comfortable later. And we have so many people out there that don't understand the concept of instant gratification versus delayed gratification. You going to all these parties and getting fucking fat and feeling like shit and building a mountain that you don't even want to fucking climb because you can't even see how long it's going to take for you to get in shape. You doing that is going to create a situation of more pain later. So yeah, it's cool now, but it's hard later. And every single thing in life works this way. Your business, your career, relationships. And I guess what I'm saying here, guys, and what brought the inspiration for this podcast on is this. I've seen everybody posting today about how much they're eating and how much they're drinking and how much fun they're having. And that's all good and great. But you're not going to be having fun in another 6 weeks or 8 weeks when all the shit's over, the party's over, the lights have been turned off, the booze has been put away, the food's not been cooked anymore, and you're fucking 20 pounds, 10 pounds worse than you are right now. And I challenge you guys to express and display some discipline over the course of the next 6 to 8 weeks. It's okay to go to a party and not indulge in the food and drink. You don't have to. And I know what that feels like, guys, because I've been there. I've been the person who could not go to a party without drinking 15 drinks. I've been the person who couldn't go to a party without eating literally 5,000 calories worth of shit. I've been there. And I could tell you with 1,000% certainty that my life is 1,000% better because I learn and cultivate this discipline that I'm expressing to you right now. I'm earning more money. I'm doing better work. My companies are growing. People around me are developing better. I'm better. And you could be better too. The physical shape that we take, guys, has a direct influence on everything, not just because we feel better and have more energy, but because of the discipline that we cultivate through the process of learning how to work with our body. We are able to discipline ourselves in other areas too, because the discipline it takes to create your best shape, your best health, is far stronger than any discipline that you're ever going to need in business or in your career or in your relationship. And so I'm urging you guys, and I'm challenging you guys to work on the discipline to not stuff your fucking face. Okay? You don't need that extra piece of pizza. You don't need that extra piece of pie. You don't need that extra plate. Be smart. Think long term. I live my whole life like this, guys. I lived my whole life struggling with this discipline, and that discipline fucked up my discipline in every other area. And the way I got it back was by learning to say no, learning to look the other way. And it's okay to take some pride in that too. When you see everybody else that you go to dinner with stuffing their fucking face and you're eating the shit that you're supposed to be eating and they're drinking like drunken fools and you're drinking water or diet soda and you're sticking to your plan, you should have pride in yourself. You should feel good about that. You should look at them and think, fuck yeah, look at these weak motherfuckers. And there's nothing wrong with thinking that. When I drive by a fast food place now, I look at all the people in line and I think, what the fuck? You're fucking weak. And you know what? That might not be quote unquote right, but it helps me feel good about my fucking strength. It helps me feel good about my discipline. It helps me feel good about what I'm doing. And I know, because most of you guys are customers of ours, that you want to improve your physical shape and you want to improve the discipline that you have in this area. And what I'm going to remind you of today really has nothing to do with this fucking podcast, but it has to do with your life. I love you guys. I want the best for you guys. And I want you to learn from my journey of how much better you can be. What you're doing in the short term to make yourself comfortable is killing your potential. It's killing what you could be. It's killing your ultimate life. And I want you to stop when you're about to put that shit in your mouth or you're about to take that drink that you didn't earn. And I want you to think about how this is going to affect your ultimate potential long term. People who are in better shape, in better health, live longer, they're more productive, they earn more money, they have more fulfilling lives, they're happier, they're less depressed, and they're more effective. And those are all scientific facts. So quit doing what's comfortable now and start doing what's going to make you comfortable later. I love you guys. Thank you for all the support. Let's kick some fucking ass over the next 8 weeks. I'm doing it. We'll do it together. And let's fucking go.